Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. First and foremost, this is my second attempt at this video. The first one was far too long, and I thought to myself I wouldn't want to listen to somebody talk that long, and I figured you guys wouldn't want that either. So I'm going to try to condense this first video down. This video is very much an introduction on what to expect from this channel. So with that being said, my name is Matthew. Most people just call me Matt though. I intend for this channel to be things that I enjoy doing, right? And maybe some of the things that I enjoy doing, you guys will enjoy doing or already do, and we can share that common ground together. So the things that I enjoy doing are off-roading, four-wheeling, getting out and exploring, right? Camping with my family and friends, and then like overlanding-ish, not really, but we'll say camping. And then like adventuring, which kind of falls the getting out, and then shooting, both defensively and in a tactical setting. So what I plan is to share videos under those like main three topics, right? And one, those are my hobbies, and two, I think some people would enjoy some of that content that maybe I could share. But before we get to those other topics, I want full transparency, full disclosure, whatever words you want to use. First and foremost, I'm not a professional driver. Secondly, I'm not an instructor by any means. And third, any company or product that I state or recommend or use, understand that I don't get nothing for it. I don't get no discounts, I don't get no product, I don't get absolutely nothing. These are just things that I have found that have worked for me, and maybe they can work for you, and if I'm using them, I trust them, right? But feel free to formulate your own opinion. That's the beauty of what we have, right? We can formulate our own opinions and make our own sound decisions. So with that said, some of you might be going in and be like, okay, so you're Matt, that's cool, and you like those things, that's pretty rad, but what gives you the ability or the right to talk about those things? And if I was on the other side watching, I would be asking those questions like, okay, like who are you that I should be, one, investing my time into watching, and then two, like why should I be listening, right? So a little bit about myself, and I'll cover more in future videos, but I'm a prior military service member. I was active duty Air Force for around 9 years. I know some of you other branches are probably just laughing at me because I just said Air Force. But I have some military experience, both stateside and abroad. And when I say abroad, I mean in both support roles, such as very easy deployments, and then maybe some different deployments, such as like places like Afghanistan that I got to work with the Army and do some other things. I'm not some pipe hitter, I'm not some door kicker inner, haven't been in a firefight, so please don't mistake me stating my veteran status as me being something that I'm not, because I don't claim to be that. When I was in the Air Force, I was actually a firefighter, which can carry into some of the medical stuff that maybe we can talk about later. After I separated from the military, while I was in the military, I come to find a new hobby of off-roading, and I took a Craigslist Special Cherokee and I ultimately turned it into an Ultra 4 race car under their stock class. Those of you familiar with the off-road scene have probably heard of King of the Hammers. If you haven't, go to whatever search engine you prefer and you smash in KOH, and I assure you you're going to find a plethora of information about Ultra 4 and the King of the Hammers and those styles of races. So I have raced in King of the Hammers. I have not finished King of the Hammers one year. I finished top 10 another year. I've raced We Rock Dirt Right series with both regional point standings as well as championships to some other things. So I would say that I know enough about off-roading that maybe I could share some information. Again, not a professional driver. I've just been fortunate enough to be surrounded by people who are much smarter than me when it comes to that, and have been privileged enough to work with their team in different areas and even co-drive in some of the more faster unlimited series cars. So that is my background when it comes to off-roading. And again, we'll dive more into that when we talk about my Jeep and how it's set up and things like that. Shooting. Everybody is apparently, you know, some crazy, terrific shooter. I'll be the first to tell you with full humility, I am not the best shooter. There are plenty of people, both males and females, that shoot far better than me. But just like you guys, I practice. So that's how we get better. So what gives me the ability to talk to you about shooting? Like I said, I was in the military, so I've obviously shot different weapon systems. Doesn't make me an expert by any means. But I'm also a current law enforcement officer now, and I've been a police officer for a medium-sized metropolitan city for going on 7 years now. I've never been an officer involved shooting. I've been in critical incidents, but by no means am I an expert, right? I have just been exposed to being around firearms and shooting, and then taking it upon myself to try to learn that craft. I've been in situations off duty as well with firearms that I can talk about in other videos that probably make me a little bit more vetted to talk about than maybe some other people. But again, you can formulate your own opinions. So that's a little bit about me. That's a brief synopsis of what I intend for this channel, who I am briefly, and then why I feel comfortable talking about these things to you all watching. So if you want to stick around, I appreciate that. If you want to see the other content, check back, because as this starts going, I'll start working on some more and doing some of the other things we talked about. So this video is still a little bit long than what I wanted, but it's still definitely way shorter than what it first was. So again, thank you for stopping by, welcome, and I look forward to this new venture together. Have a good one, guys.